Center here with you. Thank you for watching this video. In this video I want to talk to you about bruising. Go over some of the different types of bruising, because sometimes we see bruising from light contact and sometimes we see it predominantly in the lower body, and those can mean different things. Now the reason that I'm making a video on bruising is because when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And when life gives you children, you get black eyes. So I was hoping to have this black eye gone from my face by now so I could continue with other videos, but it's not gone, and I have videos to make, so we're making a video on bruising. Do me a favor though, instead of telling people that I got this wrestling with my son, tell them I was like saving nuns and like from a street gang and I got hit in the face, but all the nuns are okay. Do something like that for me, okay? Alright, let's talk about bruising. Light contact bruising. What bruising actually is we have these blood vessels, these veins and arteries in our system. They're like tubes, like that. And if we push up against them hard enough, we put pressure on them, they can actually break and open up. And what happens then is the blood that was going through the tube will leak out and will collect by the skin. And then it takes some amount of time for that blood to get reabsorbed by the body and for the body to go back through and heal the tissue so that there's no more leak. Okay? So that's what bruising, that's what's happening when we get a bruise. We got a tube, it springs a leak, the fluid comes out, and then we got to wait for the body to fix the tube before the bruising can really fully go away. If we're getting that from light contact, I want us to consider some nutrients that are going to help reinforce the tubing. We want this tubing to be just as strong as it possibly can be. We don't want light contact causing us to have bruising. Typically, when we're talking about supporting the blood vessels and their integrity, we're going to look at vitamin C. Okay? Now this is not going to be the vitamin C that you find at Walgreens or at a big box store. You're probably not going to find it on a website online. We want to get vitamin C made out of whole food ingredients. Because usually when we buy vitamin C, we're sold something that's called ascorbic acid. And if you have vitamin C in your house right now, run over to it, flip it over, see if the word ascorbic is on the label and the ingredients, or the word ascorbate. Okay, see if that's it. That's only part of vitamin C. Real whole food vitamin C has 8 parts to it, and only one of those parts is ascorbic acid. So if we're really going to reinforce our blood vessels, we need to use more than just ascorbic acid. We need all the parts of vitamin C, and my favorite supplement to do that is going to be one that's called Cyruta Plus. It's made by Standard Process. Big time nutrition for the integrity of our blood vessels. It is whole food vitamin C, not just ascorbic acid. So if we're doing things where we know we're going to bump into stuff all the time, or if we just have a history of light contact causing bruising, I want us to consider that we should be taking Cyruta Plus just to help give more strength and integrity to our blood vessels. That's what we're trying to support. Now, separate from that, I have a lot of clients who come in and they say, I find bruises all over my legs all the time. I don't remember bumping into anything. I don't think I bumped into anything. My favorite example is a client came in and said, I went to bed and I put lotion on my legs before bed, no bruises. I woke up the next morning and there were 2 bruises on my thighs. What gives? Like, I have no idea what's going on. Now, it's very unlikely that her house is haunted by a poltergeist. Instead, what we see is commonly when we have this lower body only bruising, there's either one of 2 things that I see again and again come up. First one is that the person is estrogen dominant, which means their body has been getting estrogen, often from birth control or a history of using birth control, and their body is not clearing all that estrogen out. We know that estrogen can have a weakening effect on blood vessels. So if somebody has too much estrogen in their system, that may actually be the cause of the bruising on the lower legs. Now, the second part of that I see even more often is that we have high copper levels on our hair analysis chart. Now, if you look into copper at all, you're going to find that there is a heavy correlation between copper levels and being estrogen dominant. So sometimes these two things get a little bit mixed up, but you can have one without the other. So we're looking at having high copper in the body as being the dominant reason that we have bruising on our lower body. My favorite thing to do about that is to actually change the relationship your body has with copper. And we can do that with a supplement that's called Livoplex. I really hope you've seen my video on Livoplex. If you haven't, it's on this channel. I talk about it being a 6-in-1 supplement. A standard process combined 6 of their supplements together to make Livoplex. And what Livoplex is really, really good at is helping our liver to metabolize or to process, to handle high copper levels. Livoplex does have a little bit of copper in it, and that's okay, because we're actually using that little bit of good copper to show our body the difference between the copper we want and the copper we want to get rid of. Little side benefit to Livoplex, if you are dealing with estrogen dominance, it's also a really good support product to handle that too. So, thank you for watching this. Thank you for not laughing directly in my face when I talk about my black eye. When we're talking about bruising, if it's light contact, we want whole food vitamin C and that's Cyruta Plus. We want to give more integrity to those blood vessels. If we're really only seeing bruising in our lower body, we want to consider we might have something going on with our estrogen or copper levels, and the best way to handle either of those is by supporting our liver. If you have questions, please leave a comment, let us know. We are here to help. I hope you have a great day.